What is going on, fan club? It is your honorary wrestling girl, Seindole. Now, before the actual show gets started, it's a little bit of a change. You see here, for the first time in a very long time, I'm the only person on time to the club, but it's with special reasons. You are now looking at something that like NXT has done, has revolutionized the game, and I hope that it makes a big deal that it revolutionizes the podcasting game or the YouTubing game or either one. You are now looking at the first episode of the upcoming NXT pre-show. We're going to get a little bit more into what that means and why I'm sitting here as the only wise men left, if you would say. But in the interim, I'm going to be going over some things. Probably going to be talking a little bit more NXT than normal before the people who decided to be fashionably late to the club show up. But I hope you guys stick along for the ride. I hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak preview of what's to come. And to all those who are always on time to come to the club with me, shout out to Karsha and Keith, both in the chat. First ones in the club as per usual. The VIPs will get the VIP treatment. NCU is coming up first. We have a lot to discuss. Last night was NXT New Year's Evil, and as you guys can see, I'm repping the brand. And the reason why we're doing this show is because I feel like NXT is way past developmental. I feel like it's past the days of 2.0. I feel like it's past, you know, it being the developmental brand or the rising star brand. I feel like officially with everything that's been going on, so many great moments in 2023, breakout stars, breakout tournaments, championship changes, heels turning faces, faces turning heels. I feel like NXT has established itself as the perfect third brand. So I feel like it's only fair that I come in as the NXT aficionado, as some people would like to call her, as like my dad would like to call it. When you're a professional with something and you stand by something, you're an aficionado. I don't, that dad language. Shout out to dad in the chat, by the way. That you go on and you talk about it. So, and as respect to everybody who always does the after show, I'm going to be doing more of a pre-show. So you're going to be getting a full me every Tuesday before NXT starts. We are going to be seeing what happens next. So, just to recap what happened, again, New Year's Eve was last night. The highly anticipated Blair Davenport versus, excuse me, Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. It opened the show. Great opener. You saw a lot more of Blair Davenport. You've been seeing a lot more of Blair Davenport when she's not backstage jumping people like Wendy Chu and Nikita Lyons. She's not backstage jumping people, y'all. She says she's putting herself up. She was the Iron Survivor challenge at Deadline last December, so it came for the title to finally be put on the line, and it was a great showmanship between both women. They put on a great match, but at the end of the night, you all know the birds fly high. It was Lyra Valkyria who ended up being and retaining her NXT Women's Championship, but it wasn't flawed because also waiting in the wings, and this is the funny part to me, you had Lola Vice, and I don't know if anybody taught Lola Vice how to oh, shout out Black. Shout out Black. What's up, song? Shout out to my brother in the chat. I don't know if you guys noticed that the smart technique for a cash in, and y'all can chime in the comments if you agree, is that you're supposed to wait for like the right opportunity to go in and cash it. I don't know why she thought it would be smart to wait for Lyra to be fully conscious and with her title above her head to cash it in. But she did. She tried to cash in her breakouts tournament contract, which she won last year. And it kind of got hard stopped by somebody who is probably just as much of a fan of Lyra as a lot of people are, and that's Tatum Paxson. And Homegirl really came soaring like herself, like the person she idolizes with a bird feather still in her hand. No, don't know why that's still there. Um, Out of the blue and stopped Lola from cashing in. Electra was kind of late. I don't know where she was. You're supposed to be when you ride or die for somebody. You're supposed to, you're supposed to be waiting in the cusp. I don't know why you thought it was smart to just wait back there. But nonetheless, those two were not it. No contract was valid at all. None of that. But the chemistry, and I kind of like where this storyline is going with them. where Tatum is kind of like, I'm going to protect you because I believe in you. And when you're champion, everything's all right in the world. A lot of people are trying to give it like Mickey James and Trish Stratus. I don't see that particularly. I see it going in a completely different direction. Maybe those two will end up being more like Alexa Bliss and Nick Cross. I that is something that rings up in my head. I do see Lyra holding on to this championship for a while longer than expected for another great contender to come into the fold. I don't see her losing that championship, but I also do not see Tatum leaving her alone either. So that was something that stuck out to me that last episode. That was a great match. But a match that also, speaking of breakout tournaments, when it comes to Lola Vice, we got to crown a new men's breakout tournament champion in Obafemi. And I am so excited for my African brother, the brother from Nigeria. I'm Liberian. Shout out to us. Over on the other side of the West, he is your 2024 men's breakout tournament winner. And what does that mean? I saw a lot of interaction on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, I was live tweeting the show. Um, he's he's a little bit more of what Vinnie Mac would prefer. A lot of people were joking saying like he wouldn't even just be the breakout tournament star. He would already have a WWE championship somewhere. His size, his height, his strength. He hit a slap that's like when you hit your hand accidentally on a counter. Actually, if you hit your elbow on a counter and you just hit it and all you hear is a duh. Like he slapped Riley Osborne so loud it could be heard through the speakers. That match in itself was very much Goliath being trying to be slain by David, and I thoroughly enjoy matches like that. It was a little glimpse of hope for Riley Osborne to win. But when it comes to size, y'all, like y'all know, like this wasn't gonna be a like dream match for Riley Osborne. I love him. I like him. The agility, the speed, the jumps, the height, everything. Love that about him. But it just wasn't going to be his night. And so, congratulations to Obafemi for finally winning the 2024 men's breakout tournament. I can't wait to see what happens to that title. I can't wait to see, a tall, strong, muscular man probably end up being the NXT champion. It's a strong possibility because his strength, his message, even his promo stuck out to me the most because they don't expect like big guys to speak very well. I don't know why I think that's like a general consensus. They don't allow them to speak really well. Hey, Vikarsha, she agrees, so she's waving in the chat. They don't expect him to do really well in promos, but I think he did it really, really well. I actually enjoyed him. I look forward to seeing more of him. I think what's different from this breakout tournament, which I will say which is different than the women's breakout tournament, is that unless you watch Level Up, which is something I always talk about in the fan club, you're not going to really know a lot of these stars. So when I started watching Level Up and I noticed him, I was like, okay, this is somebody that's going to be pushed throughout the gate. And there was a lot of great competitors in the men's breakout tournament. You had Tavion Heights, you had Dion, you had a whole bunch of great competitors, even a whole lot of shocking moments too. I thought that, Tavon versus Oba was going to be the finals. And that didn't happen. Even Lexus King, a lot of people thought, okay, this is Lexus King's next thing. He's going to try and win the Breakouts tournament and run around. And even him losing, that shocked a lot of people. So it was a great shift in the men's breakout tournament. It was a lot less predictable than it was for the women. The women, you got to see more on NXT because you saw them compete before they got on NXT. And you didn't, again, if you didn't watch Level Up, you didn't know who they were, but you got to see them also compete on NXT TV. With the men's breakout tournament, I felt like it wasn't the same. So they did a great job. It ended up well, but like I said, Obafemi, the brother from the West of Africa, is your new breakout tournament star. Speaking of high flyers, I say Riley. Seeing LWO perform with Carlito showing up to NXT to go against the and forgive me, I don't know their names because I still don't understand it. It's something I'm going to be openly admitting on this show. Shout out to them. And it's so bad because I'm putting Drew Gulak's name in the mud right now for doing this, but they had a match. Miles Bourne all of them had a match against the LWO, and that match, even in itself, is really good. Let me tell you something about and high flying. Let me tell you something about Joaquin Wilde. Y'all stop holding that man back on the blue brand. You hear me? Because when he shoot, he didn't even fly. He just swore. I don't know what that thing what they were doing with the ring, and they kind of pulled it back, and he just flew. Like, it was the most amazing. That's the stuff you see at WrestleMania, and I think that's what got the episode jumping. Besides, especially after following that women's match, which was a great opener. They had that match right after, and then Dragon Lee. Unfortunately, he couldn't compete because he was originally supposed to go with the LWO, but he sent in a great replacement, like I said. And Carlito, we got to see Carlito on NXT Championship, which is a NXT TV, sorry, which is a great way to start the 2024 New Year's Evil. He got to return, apple and all, spitting it up. And at the end of the night, they ended up taking the win. Out. You know what? It's funny too. They handed him the apple, and I thought for sure he would use it during the match, and he didn't get the chance to use it in the match. I'm like, you gonna hold on to this damn apple the whole goddamn time? Like, why would you give him the apple now if you're not gonna let him use it at all? Like, what are we doing over here? So he's just gonna hold the apple and just keep going? Like, I didn't understand what was going on there, but in the end, he got to spit the apple at Drew Gulak, and I keep saying this. They keep offending my boy. He's trying to train these kids, y'all. He's trying to be a mentor to these kids, and they keep coming up short. I think it falls for a great angle. They did make themselves a stable, which, like I said, as somebody who's a podcaster now, I should really learn the names of the people. Let me see if I can find the name real quick. See, I can't even find their new name. It's so weird. So again, he's trying to teach these kids how to be great wrestlers, how to train, how to lock, how to win, and they keep coming up short. So I'm hoping now that it's a new year and they're stable, let's see what's going on with that. If anybody knows their new stable name, I'm sorry I can't come up with it now. Please enter it in the chat. I will respectfully remember it for the next time I talk about it on the show. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Black. The Quarter Catch Club. See, that maybe that's a British thing. Maybe I need to go back to watch NXT UK to understand what that means, because I can't be the only person lost on what that name means. And I say it with respect. Like I said, there we go. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool, and Drew don't seem like he want to be cool. Drew seemed like he just want to train these kids all day. Like you ever had the football captain just trying to teach the kids how to run and pass, but they don't do the actual passing and the running. And like I said, it's a disrespect on Drew Gulak's name, because I think Drew Gulak is a great wrestler, great technician, somebody who's gotten into the rings of the likes of the Miz and Daniel Bryan before he went back to the Blue Brand. So I just think it's weird. But again, it's a new stable for him. They're 4 guys. Let's see where it goes. Let's just see where it goes there. Next, we move on to a grudge match that's happening, and I was very excited to watch this happen because I put, like I said, on X, if you follow me there, quick update. Black has updated me on what it means. It says it's a grappling style of freestyle wrestling. Okay, so like I said, I need to educate myself just a tad bit more, but it makes sense now. But again, it takes time. They are a new stable. I guess they were looking for their name for a while because they've all been hanging around each other. So I guess they were looking for their name for a while. But I'm excited to see where that goes. But again, another match that I was really excited was Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. And a lot of people don't know this, but when Tiffany Stratton first debuted on NXT, her first opponent was Fallon Henley, and it was before Fallon Henley had changed, went back to the family, business, went back to the ranch, got her hands a little dirty, and decided to run the family bar. She changed her name. She came back with a new gimmick. Now she's a completely different person. Yeehaw, bitch. And so is Tiffany Stratton. I mean, Tiffany Stratton and her are two different people right now. They may have had their first match together 2 years ago, but think about the fact that Tiffany's been an NXT Women's Champion. Fallon Henley's been with the boys, making sure that Jensen and Briggs are holding on to the UK NXT champion tag team championships. They were shoes of the stable for a while, and now, especially after the week before, we saw that stable completely dismantled. There's no more, Jensen and Briggs. Fallon wants to be on her own. Briggs wants to be on his own. Jensen seems to be a little reminiscent of the fact that he doesn't have a tag team partner or a third partner in crime anymore. So that was interesting to see, but I've been really excited to see Fallon Henley grow. I feel like she should have grown for a while now. I feel like she should definitely be like main events and pay-per-views. I was happy to see her compete at Deadline. Oh no, I'm excited for her, but I was excited to see who is going to be the servant and who's going to be the branch hand. That excited me. And I was saying this for so long. Literally, I want to see Tiffany be a ranch hand. I'm sorry. And that's my girl. And it's so messed up to say that. It's my girl, but Fallon got to get her lick back more. She was taking L's. If you look at their match history, how many times they had matches, the first match she had to lose to Tiffany. There's a third match she had to lose to Tiffany. There was a second match she had to lose to Tiffany. She lost her Iron Survivor qualifier to Tiffany. That's 4. Last week was 2, and that's what really pissed Tiffany off, I guess. That Black, he's not going back there. The boy is sad, okay? He done lost his friends. Shout out to Andre in the chat. Oh my god, he's going to Dynamite tonight. I cannot go. It's a school night. So have fun for me. It looks like a great show. It is in Newark Potential tonight. And we do watch Dynamite on here as a family. So again, when this is all said and done, stay tuned. But like I said, I literally was looking forward to this match. I just want to see who's gonna be the ranch hand, who'll be a servant. Although I feel like Fallon will catch a hint of being the servant, and then it would be like a Cinderella thing, and then some rich guy, I don't know, somebody, one of Tiff's little rich friends or something would sneak by and sweep her off her feet like Cinderella, and that would really piss Tiffany off. So I'm kind of glad the ranch thing's happening, because I also want to see Tiffany become like the Paris Hilton. Like they have that clip up. She put that clip up of what was the show? The Simple Life with Paris and Nicole, and I can kindly see Tiffany Strat dressing like that. I can see her dressing like that, you guys. I don't know if it's just me. Agree in the chat if that's what you think. But all in all, like I said, it makes me excited for Fallon's character development a lot, because I feel like she's somebody that deserves to shine. Tiffany's had to shine. She can go on and she could do these things. She can go on and do these quirky little segments and get a feel of what it's like to do storylines, because I feel like Tiffany's already at the next level. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Tiffany appearing somewhere soon. That's a really big event that's happening in 2 weeks now. Hey Millie Rosie. Millie agrees. She could definitely see that happening. But I don't know. I like how that match ended. Tiff, don't cheat, girl, because now you gotta work. Like this is what happens with cheaters. You cheat to get the shortcut, and then in the end of work, you end up doing the long work. Like, girl, come on, like, don't cheat no more, Tiff. That's all. Tiff, that's all I gotta say. Next up, there was a lot of other cool segments. I'm gonna try and run through it real quick. But the main thing that happened, which disappointed me a lot, besides Roxanne Perez losing her shit and becoming like her mama, adjacent mama, AJ Lee, on Ariana Grace, which she won the match, wasn't satisfied with winning, flips out on Ariana Grace. Poor girl. All that girl's trying to do is just be the queen and reign over NXT, because clearly the parking lot ain't protected. Shawn Michaels don't want to come outside. You got Ava now trying to be the wise men. We caught that, by the way, Ava. We're going to talk about that more when the show starts. Roxanne just lost her shit on poor little Ariana Grace. And I've never seen this happen, and I wish it would happen a lot more. I'm not going to lie. But because she had lost her cool so much, the referee turns around and reverses the win on the match and gives the match to Ariana Grace, which is good foreshadow storytelling, because I can't imagine Roxanne letting that slide. Roxanne's been tired of pushed around, like, and she's very accomplished. So to see her flipping out, like, she's done it all. She's a breakout NXT Women's Breakout Tournament winner. We just talked about that. She's the first Iron Survivor winner. We just talked about that. She won the Women's Championship off of being the Iron Survivor Challenge winner from Mandy Rose. So to see her still not get the respect she feels like she deserves in the locker room, and for that to turn something unhinged, is something that's perfect. It's a recipe. We always say that's what it's a villain origin. Either she's gonna get the help that she needs, or she's just gonna be like, you know what, to hell with all of you. I'm punching you, I'm hurting you. It's on site for you, and you. And anybody who wanna be on site, just come in my play. I love that. I wanna see more of that. I wanna see where it's going. I wanna see if it's going to help her maybe become a second time NXT Women's Champion. Let's see where it goes. But back to the focus. Speaking of the crazy, real quick, I'm going to jump into the Ridge Holland interview. And I found it to be very smart how they did that. Because for weeks, I mean, and we all know the backstage discourse, a lot of people not really feeling him because of, injuries that he caused or anything like that. I'm not even going to get into that spew. I'm going to get more of the context in the interview. The context in the interview, to me, gave you the origin story of, we want you to understand Ridge Holland and why you guys might not understand him. And I feel like they did that perfectly with the interview. And I also feel like I like the person who interviewed him. Every time he had something negative to say, she waxed it off with something positive, but he waxed it back. It was very wax on. I look like Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off, Danielson. Sorry. It was very much that she tried to give him hope, and he seemed like he didn't have any hope. So he does what a lot of people do when they lose hope and they come back to NXT. Again, that's perfect. Not a lot of people really feeling him. I don't know why. I think it takes a little bit more time to try and understand, because he's always been a third pair. Like when he was on NXT UK, he was a fourth pair. When he came with on the brand with Sheamus, he was the second pair. When he came with Pete Dunne, he was Ron Bruce, the second pair. When he was with Sheamus, he's the third pair. This is finally Ridge Holland on his own, which is what is needed to be done. If you want to make a superstar, if you want it your next, if you want the guy that's going to step to Gunther, you got to get somebody who's going to be on their own. And I feel like Ridge Holland needed this real bad. So that interview was a great way to cap it off, to try and tell another story we need to build for this year on NXT. But the one story that keeps riding consistently seems to be Trick Williams not getting a match. I don't understand. And like, they keep pulling my boy. So here's the context of what happened. Basically, right after the women's match, we got the announcement that, unfortunately, speaking of Ridge Holland, the injury he gave Ilya Dragunov, which was a broken neck, did not clear Ilya, even though we all know Ilya, the red-eyed dragon himself. He is always up for a fight. He did not get cleared for the match. So it put Trick right back to square one. He doesn't have a match. He has this Iron Survivor winner stamp on him, which is something that's catapulted him to being one of the main guys on the brand. You have his boy who knows what it's all about to be a main guy on the brand. Say, listen, it's okay. He's probably scared. Like, he's hyping his boy up the way that Trick will hype him up. Normally, if we could put the graphic up back real quick, producer. It's the perfect sequence of what happened that night. And we always talk about continuation, right? So basically, you had that happen. Then you have Mr. Grayson Waller show up from his comfortable abode in Florida to come back to his own stomping grounds, NXT, to be what he always does best, a complete menace to the entire locker room. And he goes in, he trolls Trick, and he says, listen, like, maybe you just don't have the chops. And Ilya knew, like, maybe it's just not for you. Like, listen, like, it's not easy being the main guy, as I know about being the main guy, you know, maybe it's just not for you. And Trick's like, I can do this. Even if injured or not injured, I could basically beat Ilya. And he's just like, no. He was like, you got it in your head. You think you're the main guy like your boy used to be. And you already know Carmelo don't like to be played second fiddle. Even though he's trying to support his boy Trick, he don't like to be the second fiddle. It's very obvious. That's why he keeps doing what he's doing. He don't like to be, nobody puts baby in the corner. Like Carmelo don't want to be $1 million. Nobody puts baby in the corner. He's not trying to be Dirty Dancer right now. He's trying to be in the dance. So Carmelo decides he wants to be the booker now. He wants to be the general manager himself because, again, Sean ain't doing his job and Ava must have not replied fast enough. He wants to be at the forefront of it all. So he basically sets up Trick to go against Grayson Waller and adds his own stipulation that the Iron Survivor contract should be on the line, which, Carmelo, you know better than that. You know what it's like when people change stuff on you. You don't like that. How you gonna do that to your boy? Like, for somebody who's supposed to be rooting for their friend, you sure are doing a lot of plotting against your friend. The fans already had their hopes set on seeing this match, but this was a great replacement to bring in Grayson Waller. And then the tweet earlier the night was that a former NXT champion said they would come in and watch the main event fight, which everybody had on their toes. They didn't know, with certain people leaving another brand, they thought that person was showing up. They thought maybe a new tag team champion, like somebody from the main brands, of course, going to show up. But it was a great match all in all. Love seeing the chemistry between Trick and Grayson. I enjoyed the match truly, even before everything happened towards the end. And it was surprising to me. I thought that, Carmelo, you're supposed to be out there helping. You're not helping your boy. Black said Shawn Michaels not there because he's recruiting more so. That's true. That's probably why Ava been shut. It probably knows Shawn Michaels in that office. Him and Punk probably somewhere trying to scum the universe for some people that literally is trying to find these super soldiers to go through. But just to wrap it up and on all, Trick came out to say he was helping. He ain't help. He just more distracted his boy more than anything. But thank God, the Canadian man himself, Kevin Owens, showed up, y'all. That was your surprise guest for this bout, coming into the NXT to see the main event, but instead he was like, all right, Grayson's here. I got to put this guy in my place because he messing up my hand. I'm trying to get my U.S. championship back. So an eye for an eye, a wrist for a wrist. He gave him the power for wrist, and Trick ends up keeping his Iron Survivor contract. But Mello, we on to you because I was Team Mello. I was so gun-ho for you. I've been saying you didn't do it, and I still don't think you did. Don't let nobody think you could take the graphic down now. I still don't think you did. I still don't think you did, but you're looking sus now, brother. You're looking kind of sus. You're looking sus. It's looking like you were in the kitchen with the knife while the maid got stabbed in the parlor next door. That's how you looking right now, and I'm keeping it a buck with you because you my guy. I'm trying not to lose faith in you here, G, but you looking really sus. But all in all, like I said, Trick Williams, still your Iron Survivor Challenge winner. It was a great New Year's Evil. I looked at past New Year's Evil in the past, and not a lot of them build towards Stand Deliver. You're getting continuation of last year, plus a build into Stand and Deliver. And that's perfect. That's what we need because, as you guys know, the reports are saying that they're trying to build WrestleMania. Like, they were trying to build WrestleMania 6 months ago. And I feel like with WrestleMania, Stand Deliver, and also with the Royal Rumble comes with NXT. Put in the comments below because we're going to talk about visions tonight on Fan Club, which I'm excited the crew's finally showing up. They're on time today. They let me ride the whip a little bit. And I want to know from you guys, who do you guys see in the Royal Rumble? What's your vision for the Royal Rumble? What's your vision for NXT? I can't wait to have this show and talk about NXT the way that I'm passionate about NXT. I know there's a lot of people that's passionate about NXT. I can't wait to just dive into this product because, like I said, I feel like this product is its own brand. It's been refreshing to have to watch this with Raw and SmackDown and all the other shows throughout the week. It's been the highlight of my Tuesdays, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So stay tuned. I want to thank TWG for allowing me to talk so much crap about NXT that they're finally saying that let's just talk even more. Let's just bring it up. Let's just go into more highlights. Oh, to see Black, me too. I want Lash more than anything in this world to go in there and have a face off with Bianca. You don't understand. I need that. I need that like I need a new wig right now because my hair's not done. I need that bad. I need that real bad. Like, I want that so bad. I want Lash versus Bianca. I want Lash for so many people. I want Tiffany to have that one-on-one look with Bex. I'm calling it now. It's happening. There's no way Tiffany Stratton's not in the Royal Rumble. So we're gonna dive into it a little bit more. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for as long as you can. I know this is not our normal setup, but trust me, we're coming. Everybody's trickling in. We're gonna give it a bit more time. Who else do I want to see in the Royal Rumble while everybody shows up? I think it would be cool for Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes deserves it. I feel like when he was on SmackDown, when he was competing for the U.S. Championship, he got Logan Paul's attention, which I like. Logan Paul for sure is going to be in the Royal Rumble match. I can't discount that enough. But I think that Carmelo Hayes being in the Royal Rumble would actually benefit him a lot. I like that. Oh, one more thing. I forgot. The Dusty Cup is next week. Is starting next week. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that pre-show wise. We're gonna leave that for the pre-show because a lot of teams were formed that were interesting. One in particular, I'm just gonna dive into it real quick while everybody still trickles into the club. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin not on the bingo card. I'm losing bingo already, and it's not even a week into 2024. Not on my bingo cards. Those two hate each other so much. Like, they broke Shawn Michaels' office, and there we go. That's why Shawn Michaels don't want to be in the office, y'all. He don't want nobody else breaking down his wall. Am I smart or am I smart? That has to be it. He don't want anybody breaking down his wall. Because the last time they broke down the whole building. The parking lot ain't safe. Nothing. They tried to break Shawn Michaels, but that one he don't want to be in the damn office. He's scared again. He don't want nobody crashing into his office. That's why we've cracked it. But again, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker being a team, not on my cards, but I'm interested to see where it goes. NXT doesn't have the same high caliber of tag team champions that they had back in the black and gold era. And it's not a dig, but there's something to be said there when even for the Dusty Cup, they're making it fun. It's kind of like how the Dusty Cup was when it first started. Like, I remember when it was the women's, like, Cora Jade was trying to get Roxanne Perez to be her partner, and I found that entertaining because, like, Cora Jade literally let herself get her ass kicked so that Roxanne would be her partner and be like, listen, I can wrestle you. You just need to be my partner. I'll do whatever it takes. So they have their established teams, and then they have teams that are forming. You have Axiom and Nathan Frazier, which I think that's going to be lit because both of them, they don't care. They like Joaquin Wild. They just fly and twist and move to the sky. They had a great match at Deadline. Doesn't surprise me that they're tag team partners now. Maybe that's what Deadline did too. It formed like some tag teams. That's interesting to think about. I would love to see Ilya Dragunov compete in the Royal Rumble, but it's hard. It's something that we hope for because I hope they at least give one person a chance. But they have so many great competitors and so much of a roster on all the brands that it would be hard to just pick that chosen one. Um, I think that it's time to let it blend. It's always been this is separate, this is separate, this is separate. Let it blend. Like, let NXT start showing up the way they formulated the formula in 2023. Tiffany got to interact with Bex. You know, they had little people here and there, got to interact with people on the main roster brand. The main roster's been coming down. Shout out to Dominic Mysterio, who was holding it down as the North American champion, put eyes on the North American championship to the point where now within the eyes of Dragon Lee, who's now the NXT North American Championship. That title's never had a problem having eyes on it, but I just feel like it was perfect. But again, there's a whole bunch of other scope of talent. Like, Idris Enoff and Malik Blade, I'm waiting for them to get the NXT Tag Team Champions. They've been one of the, if anything, they were formed out of being two separate competitors, but they work great together. Um, I think that they deserve a shot. There's so many people coming up. And again, I feel bad for Justin and Briggs, but he shouldn't feel bad. I hope he doesn't try and look for like a new partner, because like, stick to your own, kid. Like, he's good on his own. Sure, he had a couple of losses, but I feel like this would be the perfect time for him to be his own competitor. The way that, Jensen is trying to be his own competitor. So, with that being said, there's so much going on at NXT. I was a little upset too. I'm still waiting for everybody to get into the club. Bear with me. People still here. Um, Another person I would hope to see in the Royal Rumble is I want. I shouldn't say this. I'm gonna wait for fan club to say who I want back in the Royal Rumble, because it's a lot of people that I want in the Royal Rumble, but there's so many people to trip on. Oh, also, don't be afraid to show up and buy that merch. Buy that merch, y'all. NXT got merch. They said that once Carmelo said that Trick got a shirt, I was immediately on WWE.com. I don't know if it's just me. I'm the same way when Punk came back and I found out there was a Hell Freezing Over shirt, but it was sold out and they said I wasn't getting one till December. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I could just buy whatever WrestleMania weekend. Buy that merch. I gotta. It ain't whoop that Trick. I was upset about that. Like, but I remember like, oh, trademark. They got enough with trademark stuff going on. So I'm laughing at myself. Sorry. They have enough with trademark stuff going on. They don't need another trademark issue. So I guess they decided to go with Trick It Ain't Easy, even though I don't know how that's going to look when I'm wearing that shirt. But it is a shirt. The shirt is, speaking of merch, make sure you get your TWG merch, guys. WrestleMania is upon us. Listen, it's in Philly. I'm a Jersey girl. If y'all not even close to living here, our spring don't really start till May. So get your hoodie ready for WrestleMania season. I don't want to hear I'm cold when you come into Lincoln Field, okay? I don't want to hear it's cold up here. Yes, it's cold. You should have got you a heater. You should have got you a heated, toasty hoodie from For Your Wear for those wrestling girls. You should have laid it over. You should have put the hoodie and put the t-shirt over the hoodie, all right? I'm not playing games, y'all. It is Lincoln. It is Lincoln Field. It is cold. It's near the water. It's near the port, as my African people would say. We going near the port. It's near the port, near the highway, by the water. So make sure you get your hoodie, okay? Tell them that Seindole sent you, courtesy of TWG. Make sure you. I'm so excited about this show. What else can we? What else? Anybody else have any predictions for who will be in the Royal Rumble? And you know what's crazy? You would never think to put NXT in the Royal Rumble, but I think what they did last year, which we could talk about next year's Royal Rumble while we wait. Um, they had Indy, they had Roxanne, and they had Zoe. And those three women specifically being in the Royal Rumble did wonders for their career. You now have Indy and Zoe who were drafted. You still have Roxanne Perez at the time. Still a shooting star, still an impressive young lady to be on the brand with. You had, right after that Royal Rumble, Indy Hartwell winning the NXT Women's Championship before she was injured, of course. But then, luckily for her, she gets drafted to Raw. You had Zoe Stark, who also got to work with Trish. Oh, by the way, shout out to Brian. I'm gonna tell him that I thanked Trish today. I did. I had to, because she said she was turning. Keep it down. That's a dog. Sorry. I, I had to thank her because she might be coming back pretty soon. So I'm a little excited to see her. She got to work, like I said, she got to work with Zoe Stark, which was great for Zoe Stark. I'm a big plus on Zoe Stark now. And it's a lot of people, now that you're looking at the roster, like, it's a lot of people that if I said, okay, if you threw them in the Rumble, it's gonna be a good showing off. Like, if you were to throw Kalani Jordan in the Rumble, she'd be a good showing off. If you were to throw Tiff in there, if you were to throw, like, Nathan Frazier in there. If you were to throw, listen, they should just put Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble. I don't know what they stunting on. I don't know what that boy got to do to just spear everybody and leave. I just need him in there for like a minute, you know? Take out like the people that you know probably ain't gonna win. He ain't taking out no Punk, he ain't taking out no Cody. I'm just putting that right then and there. But what wonders they would do for their career. If they put Obafemi in there, black, you know for a fact, it's just gonna be ain't not gonna be no Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble gonna be over like this. Wow. The Royal Rumble gonna be over like that. You know that. You know that. Because that boy is he and mind you, and then a big cut into it is he would work on his brand because even though we joke about that, like Vince liking the big beefy guys because like the Omases of the world and stuff like that, like we need a guy to go up against Omas. There's not enough tall beefy guys like that. Like he's like maybe one of 15 tall brolic guys, and the rest of them are like built, but they're built like machines, like the the Julius Creeds of the brand. And then you have your regular guys, and you got your high flyers. You need more beefy men, and that's so inappropriate coming out of my mouth. I need to find a different word before we start this pre-show. And you need more of You need more of them. So that's why I'm saying Obafemi's gonna work. I'm watching him. We're watching him, guys. When we watch the pre-show, pre-shows happening every Tuesday, so stay tuned. We'll watch what happens next with me every Tuesday, um, on Twitch. And big announcement, it's also going to be on my YouTube channel broadcasting. So I can't wait. It's going to be a good fun time. I can't wait to talk about NXT. Probably going to be doing this a lot more by myself. Probably might have some guests stopping by every once in a while to chat it up for a bit. And I'm so excited. So we're going to take a quick break. And then I'm going to go curse people out for not being on time for the club because it's 8:20 and we watched Dynamite as a family. My TV's not even on. Let's take a quick break. Let me get myself together now that we're done talking NXT and get into some things with the rest of the fan club. Let me call P.
This moment, especially it was in front of a crowd and she came in as champion. And even though, this is Bianca's moment and Bianca, if Bianca didn't win, I would have been like, what the hell? It was still, I think, a moment for Sasha, for her to be self-realized, like different gear, like everything about her, the confidence, of course she had to have an entrance. But this moment for me is probably one of my favorite Sasha moments. And I was trying to find a photo of Sasha's face and her and Bianca getting like emotional before the bell rings. And I think for just Black girls, Black women, shout out to Black Wrestling who got us the hoodie, the sweatshirts with the moment on it. But it was significant in so many different, ways. And then this being the second match that main evented WrestleMania.
Look for the first Black females to do so.
Yes, exactly that.
Well.
Hey, don't give us attitude. I mean, don't make us pull up Cat Williams and start getting on your ass.
Me? What you mean get on my ass? Are you kidding me? You know what? You know
What's up?
what?
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Be nice. You know what? You lucky I had some things to talk about So start
is
getting
the
into your
year of the
ass.
Mamba. The
Oh
energy will be
boy.
reciprocated this year. And that
Oh
goes
my
to the chat. You
god.
coming with flagrancy, we will be on that ass.
You say, Justin,
I said
we're
what
not
I
gonna
said.
start this right now. We're not gonna start this right now. You want to sit here and match energy all week. It's a half an hour. At the club, you be in the back of the line. But it's okay. I have people chilling with me. We
Blame
talked about some awesome
technology.
things.
If this
What
was an
happened?
actual club, someone kicked the damn power out in the club, and we had to spend
I'm
30
done with
minutes
you.
getting the power back on.
I'm done.
I
You
had a
know
good
what?
time though.
Hey guys.
Hi, Mama.
Hey,
Your
there she
technical
I'm
is.
difficulties figured
so
out?
sorry that I'm late. It was one
Uh
of
huh.
those like New York City nights where the trains just did not want to be doing what it needs to do. But I was with Mama Rogers, so it was a good time.
Mama.
I saw
You
her today.
know, my first time seeing her this year. Yeah, she was at the school when the wrestling club got their custom belts, which is gorgeous. That belt is so fucking gorgeous. Oh my god.
Very
I
nice.
love it.
I
I
love it. I
love
love
it.
it. Thank you guys for holding it down and welcome everybody back to Fan Club, the
Oh,
first fan club of the fucking years. So happy New Year. Y'all have until tomorrow to say Happy New Year and then that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't want
Right?
to hear it. I don't want
Okay.
to hear it
I
at
don't
WrestleMania
want
season. I don't want to
Yo,
fucking hear it when I see you in Philly. I don't.
yo,
I'm
my
cursing you out.
okay. Speaking of Mama Rogers, she is
mm.
notorious for that. If she sees you for the first time in March, she will fucking say Happy New Year. And I'll be like, Ma, like the window is closed. Like you gotta
Mm.
start saying like fucking Merry Christmas and shit. You can't be saying Happy New
You
Year
just skipped over
from
Easter.
the I'm not a holiday person, so I don't know what fucking comes next.
You know who had the perfect skit? So shout out to Tim Rivera because he had a skit that was like, "Yo, my G, Happy New Year," and he was like, "Happy New Year." Then it was like March 1st, and he was like helping somebody move their couch, and he was like, "Yo, what's good, my guy? You need help? Happy New Year." And then it was July 1st. He saw somebody in the corner store. He was like, "Happy New Year." The guy is like, "Hey, yo, my guy, are you for real right now? It's about to be 4th of July, bro. What the hell's wrong with you?"
See, I'm glad that they have the same energy because I'm not here for it. Black thoughts, we not doing this today. We not
Didn't
starting this
Justin
year
just tell
off.
you were behaving earlier? I don't know why you acted up. You didn't.
Black,
You
he grew up in Brooklyn. I mean, what do you
Go
expect?
have
Not
some
not
green
much,
Thai tea
not
in that
much.
gentrified section of Brooklyn and leave us alone.
Ooh,
Justin, why you coming out the wind like this?
I just
Ah!
said
I'm
Dusty
loving the
Rose is at
energy.
Dynamite, but y'all going off.
Who's that Dynamite?
You know the guy who does the cosplay as Dusty Rose?
Oh,
Yeah, you know
okay.
they in Newark. Shout out to
Oh,
Cal. Cal is on
Oh.
site.
Leandro, we have not been on it with the local AEW shows.
No, I have. I just decided not to go.
Okay, because you tell me if it's the show we need to be at, and you was not with it.
So here's the thing. I need AEW to stop playing with me. Tony Khan can announce that he's about to go to the bathroom every week, but you can't tell me whether or not Samoa Joe is showing up to the show. I'm not going
Right.
without Samoa Joe. I'm
Yeah.
not
We
going
had a
without seeing Shojo.
well,
I'm
guess
Shout,
sorry.
what? We got a
shout out
new
to our new champion.
we got a new stable name, Undisputed Kingdom.
I like it.
And apparently a new
Cause
entrance in
Wait,
Music
is that
Friend,
Adam?
too.
Is that Adam Cole's new?
Yeah.
Patricia, why your face like that?
Because okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I just watched this YouTube video
Mhm.
of someone saying why that pay per view was like the worst pay per view. And then I watched another one that was like all the reasons AEW is failing, or they did wrong. And one of the things they said there's too many fucking factions.
There is. There's a lot.
It, like you have too many wrestlers and too many factions. How Sway?
I agree.
Because what do you have?
But that one I like. I,
Yeah.
they had the undisputed the kingdom on one side. They wearing all black. It's supposed the whole devil thing, and so I'm like I was not like, oh, I love the kingdom, like they was cool, and then Undisputed Era obviously loved them, but I'm like, all right, I can get with this. I'm finally buying into Warlow, like Adam Cole
I
said.
always liked Wardlow.
Oh, I always liked Warlow.
I did, but then it's like they kind of like watered him down. Then he beat him. You're right, but Adam Cole said something tonight, and he said that, look, Samoa Joe, it's a pleasure doing business with you, I hope you're not champion by the time Warlow climbs up the ranks, because
Mm.
we would hate to do that to a friend. Just like that, I care about Warlow that much more. And sometimes it's just the right person.
That's
I see
literally.
why insert person wanted to make him a manager for insert person. I didn't agree, but I'm a fan of Adam Cole on the microphone.
He's good.
He is.
Good.
I mean, to me, he should be the face of the company, but come on.
Nah, we trying to get him back over here.
Yeah,
So
yeah, come home.
let's do that. So I'm glad we're bringing up mistakes AW made and all of that, because tonight we're going into our vision board for 2024 in wrestling. What we want to see more of. Do we want to see more factions? Do we want to see less factions? Should Adam Cole be the face of AEW? We're going to get into all the things that we want to see. Everyone that's in the club, let us know in the comments. What do you look forward to in 2024? It doesn't have to be a planned match like The Rock and Roman Reigns. It could just be something that you just want to see more. I want to see women main event Dynamite. I want to see, let's get into all of that. But after I get into all of this, so first off, congratulations, Seindole. I was able to tune into our pilot episode of what happened.
You like my hat?
I love your hat, and it's your fucking dedication and attention
It's giving,
to detail
it's giving,
that
it's
I
receiving.
love. It's doing it all. But I'm very excited for that because I know you're very passionate about NXT. You're very knowledgeable about it, and this is why you are on this platform, because you are so good at what you do. And I'm so excited for you to take Tuesdays and fucking take that shit on a rocking ship. So make sure you guys are here on Twitch. Seindol's YouTube channel is gonna go down every Tuesday, so let all your fellow NXT fans know. I've been really enjoying NXT, by the way, because Seindol's tweets and everything. I'm like, I gotta tune in. So let us know what you think about that. We have a lot of new shows actually. Where wrestling meets pop culture every week, where I talk about literally everything else besides what happens in a wrestling ring. Red carpet appearances, movie roles. Did you guys know that Bray Wyatt has a voice-over acting job in Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie on Disney Plus?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So he has
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just
So
like
he's
little
SAG.
things like that. Yeah, yes. So you can tune into Where Wrestling Meets Pop Culture and get all of that type of random shit, or the fact that Shayna Baszler is the current up up down down champion, or that Maxine Dupree has a clothing line that everyone in the company actually wears. So pretty cool show. I love talking about all of that stuff. We can actually get into that too, the whole Trinity news at some point. Shout out to my sister Krista B. We are coming back with brand new episodes this Saturday. So it's been a while since me and Krista have gotten back to those wrestling girls, our podcast, our shit. So we will be streaming together for the first time in a very long time this Saturday, 12 p.m. noon Eastern. Make sure you're there. It'll be on Twitch, streaming for all channels. We have a bunch of fun announcements to share. This year is going to be the year of TWG, and everyone in our crew, everyone is thriving. Everyone is on it. I love it all. Krista B also has a new iteration of Sound Off coming. And if you don't tune into schooling sessions on Fridays with Krista B, CRISPA, Contreras, and Pablo the Don, and sometimes Seindole B pops up. So make sure you check that out. And playback is available on our Patreon. If you have not seen The Iron Claw, go see The Iron Claw. It is a very powerful movie. Also,
Great review, by the way, guys.
Thank you, baby. I was gonna say.
Thank you, guys.
Check out our review. We kind of go into the movie, but also, the Von Erich family and what they mean to wrestling as well. So check that out before or after you see the film, and let us know what you think of the film. I speak very highly of it, so I would love to know other people's thoughts. It is a dark movie. One of my coworkers, who's not a wrestling fan but is a Zac Efron fan, which is why we love when wrestling goes mainstream. And she loved it. She was like, I literally cried my eyes out, but it was such a powerful film. So that's the kind of shit I like to hear. I do hope it wins or is even in the Oscar race, because I think everyone.
Troy the award, damn
Troy!
it. Give Zach that goddamn Oscar, damn
Who's
it.
When
Troy?
did the movie officially come out again?
It came out December 22nd.
So it'll be up
Special
for next
previews.
year's.
No,
So
special
next year's
previews.
Nominations.
Yeah, so next
It's
year's
still-
nominations for like Golden Globe and Oscars, it'll be nominated for next year, not this year.
Gotcha.
They've been but they've been showing special previews, I think, since
November.
before that. Since
so
November.
it would be
it might
eligible?
still count. It might still count.
So
It may.
maybe for Oscars, but it missed
Right,
the
not for the
Oscars.
Oscars, not the Golden Globes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie. Whatever I gotta do to help it get there, I'm gonna do it.
It's
Talk
a really good
to
movie.
the Academy in Hollywood because those are the guys who nominate these damn things.
Yeah.
All we can do is be
think
like
it's-
outrage, justice, Oscar so black, but outside of that, that's all we can do.
Ooh.
You're right. You're right. I love
Or Oscar so white, my bad, not Oscar so
I
black.
know. That's what I'm like. I would really
we
like
would love that.
too.
Even though they'd be like, absolutely the fuck not.
This is a valid question. Okay, so when we talk to the Academy, we're gonna talk to the Emmy, whoever does the Emmys as well, and see when we
And the
get.
Webbies.
Not to hello that. We just gonna pull up guns blazing.
Yes, 100%.
For them to be like, run me my book. I'm
Well,
kidding. We're not
y'all
doing
three are gonna have to pull up guns blazing because I'm about to sit in the car because I know I will curse out those people for like so many. So The Wire is one of the greatest shows on TV. You don't nominate it for shit for 5
I still don't
seasons?
forgive them for
What
that.
Don't trigger me because that is crazy.
I still don't forgive them for that.
How has power never been acknowledged in any of these things? Like Ghost
Simple.
is some of the
Black
best
ensemble
character work
cast, and
that
you
I've
know
ever
how-
seen in my life.
You know how them people get down. They're like, yeah, but no.
You know why I
but-
got? You know what's funny? I have beef with Spielberg and Scorsese because around the time that I wanted Top Boy to finally get a nomination, they said that Netflix shows shouldn't be nominated for shows, and they took it away. So I have all the beef with them
Fuck that.
Well, I need to know when
because they were tired of
call
losing to
for
the
the
Crown. Because they were tired of losing to the Crown.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, we could talk to Scorsese about some other things. Like, why do you always put only one minority in all your movies? Like everything
Hello?
is like Italian gangster movies with like one minority. Like, what's up with that? We can't get two?
You need to be more like Tarantino and keep calling Jackson every week. Because Tarantino stay having black people in his shit.
That's so true.
I'll tell you one thing: Wrestling Vision Board, Iron Claw wins a Oscar.
Yes, that
Yes.
is on the vision board.
Shout out to Birkin, man.
He really did his thing on that. And I think also what is really amazing about that is because he's one of us. He's like a diehard wrestling fan, grew up a wrestling fan
Oh, snap.
with everything wrestling. And he was over in London and he literally had to just get anything that he could. And he was still obsessed. And he was able to tell this story that impacted him back then. All right, Black Thoughts.
Private
See,
Party's
that's how I know
back,
you're
by
not.
the way.
That's how I know you're not a fan of The Wire because season 2 is actually really, really, really good. And if you
Is
don't
that
fuck
the
with season
school
2,
season?
I couldn't.
No,
get
that's the
through it.
season with
That's
the
what made me
ports.
stop.
Oh, that one is a little slower.
Season 2 is
But,
about
if
the
you're
port.
from Brooklyn and you're not that smart, it's hard to follow.
Oh, my
Like season
God.
2 literally tells you how the shit comes into the country because we don't produce it here. Like you see how everything comes into the country and they show you how, the food is made and prepared and distributed for the
Whoa.
masses. So
Can
if
we
you don't
talk
rock with
about
season
this
2,
real quick. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Justin. Thank you for this update, Rikasha. This is beautiful. Cody Rhodes is
What?
in hotels. Oh my god, that literally
What's
just sent chills all over my
Wait.
body. The wrestling club is officially.
I just
going
saw
to
it.
WrestleMania
I just saw it.
Oh my god, let me send this to my mama. That is so
I-
cool. Shout out to Mr. Perry and everything he's been doing with the wrestling club. It is fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal.
oh
Wow. That makes me want to
God.
cry.
5 minutes ago, he
dude.
just tweeted this.
Wow.
That makes me want to cry. Is this what?
Oh my god. Cody Rhodes just became my favorite person in the whole world.
Cody Rhodes being my
Oh
new
my
favorite wrestler is on my vision board for 2024. I'm sorry.
Cody, finish the story now.
No,
Cody,
no, the vision stays the same. I'm sorry.
him and Phil winning at WrestleMania on my vision board. I'm sorry.
41.
I don't care. I cannot be against him. I'm sorry now. What the
I've been
hell?
waiting. Protect my main event.
I'm sorry.
So do it.
Fuck your main event.
Oh,
Cody Rhodes just did all that. No.
Well, Cody,
so good.
he understand business.
He probably crying right now. He's so happy. He's so happy for what he did.
These kids.
Yes, I love Cody. His emotional ass. I love him.
Oh
Shout out to
my
Cody Rhodes.
god.
Shout out to Mr. Perry and the Wrestling Club for making it to their second WrestleMania, which is so fucking cool, so fucking awesome. Go check them out, follow them, support. I'm sure anything can help the Wrestling Club, go to more shows, get exposed to more wrestling. Yeah, so shout out to Mr. Perry. Thank you for everything that you do for the kids. And to
And
Championship
shout out to them
Culture
because
for
right now they're at AEW Dynamite. So
Yes,
this
they
is like
are.
I think
Shout
they'll
out
be
to,
at every show in New York now because it's just like, why not?
yeah, shout out to
You know?
Amanda Huber for hooking them up with Dynamite tonight. But so for if you're Vic who's there with them and then you're getting this tweeted to you like real time, it's like, bro.
Oh, I wonder if he's seen it yet.
Talk about a double blessing, man. Guys got favorites.
I love him so much.
Oh, yeah,
Mr. Perry, that is. Oh, I love it. So let's I got all the housekeeping stuff out the way. Just follow us, stay tuned, everything that we have going on, and everyone in the crew as well. So I wanted to kick off the first fan club of the year with us sort of looking forward to things in the year, but also manifesting some of the things that we want to see. Wrestling fans, we complain a lot. We always express what's not happening or how things are being booked. And like, there's people actually hating on The Rock now. I'm like, wait, now we hate The Rock? Shit. What the
That's
fuck?
what I was saying.
So I want to use this opportunity in the fan club and everyone that is in the comments in our VIP section to let us know, what do you want to manifest in our wrestling world for this year? Brian H. Wooders, how about you start?
I just thought of something. Cody is so goddamn smart and petty. He just did this doing AEW. He broke the internet
Oh,
doing Dynamite. But
Tony Khan could never. Cody Rhodes had a special announcement.
Yo, you just made me realize that shit. He definitely just broke that.
But y'all remember his shade at the press conference. He did that VP.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a." I said, "No, you fucking didn't. I can't with you. You just gonna troll. First you breaking down thrones, then you whipping out a piece of paper. I can't. But you know what, Cody, live your life.
His favorite wrestler. He
Hello.
learned from the best.
He learned from the best.
And then he also studied under Orton. That's the toolage. And for my wrestling vision board, that's the match I want to see: Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Bring it full circle.
That would actually be really good.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine? Like, just breaking down the fourth wall. That was the first person I seen Cody talk to after he finished like his interviews with us, and I just got finished editing it. He was like, and it just hit me. I was like, that's the guy who literally was your first match, who kind of made you more relevant and took you out of your daddy's shadow. And it's so much. And I was like, will we get this match? Because Orton could just look the wrong way and turn heel. He's just so good. And you imagine that, like, literally Orton would take him to even new heights as a baby face. So that's the first thing I'm putting on my wrestling vision board this year.
I love that.
I like it.
And it's not because people were calling Roman versus The Rock for the past 2 years. What you're saying sounds like a fresh story, like a fresh thing that people want to see. God, we might have to put story in the box. Because finish this, like, I'm just like, even Cody tired of it.
Yeah.
So what about novella? Because novella is technically a story. You putting that in the box too?
No, I love that.
That sounds cool.
It does sound cool. Justin, what's something on your wrestling vision board?
So we're doing one thing at a time?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do, or I'll say that my general one for wrestling later. This one is a personal one for me. And not just for me, for the crew. Can I just get 12 months of a healthy Mercedes Moné? Because I feel like we were on the start of something really great with her run outside of WWE. And then the ankle injury happened, and she hasn't wrestled for over 6 months. So we don't know the severity of what that injury was. It was just 6 months where it's just like, fuck. We're about to get like a great run, and it just got cut short. And then it was like, because Mercedes keeps everything to the vest, we don't know the reason why it was been this long, but it's just like, can we just get 12 months of like injury free? Because I know us and the fan base would like love it. That's a personal one for me.
I agree with that because it did feel new. It did feel like we were on the Mercedes World Tour. Like she was like, I'm gonna be everywhere. Everything felt new, everything felt different. And then it was just like all cut short. And now it's like so many rumors of like where she's gonna end up. Like I would have liked to see her complete this year on her own, and then last year, and then maybe come back to WWE. But I just feel like there's so much more for her to do out on her own. So yeah, I that would be a good thing that we could see this year for sure. How about you, Seindole? What's in your vision about what you want to see?
I mean, I just talked about it for a whole 30 minutes, so it was like I don't know what else to dive
For
into.
NXT.
Wow, the
Well,
shade.
that it was a shade. I'm just saying. What do I want to see? You already know what I want to see. I mean, Mr. Bam! Main event in WrestleMania, but I feel like that's a given. So,
Oh yeah.
but what I do want to see is a clean another year going to be an Intercontinental Championship because there ain't nobody in hell going to take that away from my boy. There's nobody left. He done cleaned the house to the point where he said, I'm in the house chilling. Y'all gotta come pick me up. I ain't picking y'all up to go to the club. Y'all gotta come see me. What's good? Nobody.
I'm here for that as well. Unless the Miz wants his championship back.
No.
I mean, it is.
How about no? The Miz has a better luck of going back to NXT and also becoming North American Championship for that shit happen again. I'm sorry. No. No, thank you.
Damn.
The only person that I feel like rightfully deserves the opportunity is Chad Gable. It's the only person. And I think he should keep knocking on the door until he gets it. And Mariah May's debuting
In
AEW.
she
finally has her first match. But we're doing one thing at a time, right?
No, give me another one.
Mariah May taking that title away from Toni Storm.
No,
Right now.
no.
Yes.
Toni Storm is gonna have.
Yeah, have you not seen? Wait, have you not seen
5
Mariah
years.
May wrestle? Justin, don't do me like that. Don't do that girl like that. Because you've seen what she could do in the ring. You don't think it's gonna happen?
I think it's gonna happen, but I love what Tony's doing right now, and
I love that they would have a great back and forth.
It's
Yeah.
working. It's like Gunther's title reign, where it's like it's working perfect. Don't fuck with this.
Yeah, I do think I'm here for that, Seindole, like back and forth, but I want Tony to hold it for a lot longer before that happens because they could do so much story with Mariah May and Toni Storm, and I love what she's doing. Like everything Tony's doing right now. The vintage singlet that she was wearing, like the attention to like the detail of the theme. So
Watch
good.
for the shoe.
You're not doing the whole thing. Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
So funny. I think that's how I'm gonna start all my day. Every meeting I have at work, I'm gonna be like, chin up, tits out, watch out for the shoe. What's happening? Oh, I will throw a shoe.
I've done it. Don't worry, it's fun.
See, that's a New Yorker coming out. He's like, throw the shoe, shit. You ain't say nothing but a word. Here comes the Timberland.
Let's see. Wyatt Timberland.
Because you know how New Yorkers
Justin.
are. It's like we throw Tim's. We go for maximum damage. We don't throw shoes. We don't just throw chocolatos. No, we go for Tim's.
I can't. I cannot. What is on my wrestling vision board for 2024? I would like to see Chelsea Green have a nice, good, like singles run and have some meaningful feuds and maybe hold some more gold this year. I think, like, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I think she put the tag team division on her back the past few months. Like once Sonya Deville got injured, like it was really Chelsea Green's character work that was able to kind of like keep them relevant until they were able to actually put it on a real tag team. So I'm excited for Chelsea Green to do some more stuff on her own. I've always rooted for her. Seeing those face.
Because I'm like, what is this girl doing? Like, I'm sorry. I'll get into it. I'll get into it later. We're talking about visions.
How y'all feel about Chelsea Green?
I feel like if they gave her the women's championship, we would just get the Stephanie McMahon Hemsley era all over again, and I'm here for it. I feel like she'd be a fighting champion, but I also feel like she's one of those champions that always need assistance keeping the shit. But all in all, and it's not to shade Chelsea Green. It's actually to I think Chelsea Green can pull that type of character off.
Me too.
And I feel like Chelsea Green would be the perfect blend of Stephanie McMahon and what AJ Lee was with the title. You know how AJ Lee still defended the championship every single time, like AJ Lee did. I feel like she would be that type of I'm gonna win no matter what you try and do to underhand me, but I'm also going to be a complete brat about it because Chelsea Green's a brat, but we love her. She's a Karen, but she's a brat, but we love her.
Not a Karen.
See,
Yeah,
y'all
because
love her, but
I
I'll,
love
I'll be
her.
I'll be respectable. You know, she's not my cup of tea, but there is a place for her in wrestling, and I know people that really rock with her, like Seindole. So that's dope. For me, she don't do nothing for me. It gives me Divas era vibes, and that's not a good thing with me.
What did I always say to you, Justin? Let me repeat it. Let me make sure I'm
Go
on.
ahead.
You
Repeat
need
por favor.
hot bitches to make the balance work. You need hot bitches. Not everybody can be Shayna. Not everybody can be Nia. Not everybody can soar through the sky like freaking. Oh, girl, you need hot bitches to
I get
survive.
you. You
And
need hot women.
Chelsea falls in the hot bitch category.
For you, yes. For me, nah. She don't give me
Okay.
Ladywood. Word to
You
Easter. She
don't.
don't give me no
I hope
Ladywood.
she don't. I hope she don't give you Ladywood, child, because you're not supposed to have that. That's for me. But I'm just
That's
saying.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Suppose you need the balance shift. It's her. It's Maxine. It's Tiff. It's now Cora J with her new developments. You need the hot bitches.
Not
Wow.
They balance the shift. So if it's Chelsea Green, you get Chelsea Green. You're gonna have to have.
I'm down for the hot women. Like I said, it's just for something. There's a disconnect there somewhere with her and me, where it's like I just can't get there with her. I don't know what
Okay.
it is. It's just like nah, that's not me. That's not for me. But I respect her and I respect the craft and I respect the fans that really rock with her.
Thank you,
Like I said,
Black.
I
Because
keep it
Sis was running
diplomatic.
Japan. Because Sis was running amok in Japan, and she did a very good job.
She wrestled everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she also knows how to act. She's been a stunt woman. Like she has a lot to bring to the table, which I appreciate. Let's get into one of Dylan's vision boards. So, I mean, this is obviously like the dream right here. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky. I mean, everyone was already booking it when CM Punk came back. How you feel about this one?
That would be cool. I wouldn't. I don't know about SummerSlam, just because. Well, you know what? No, scratch that. If Damian Priest is world champion or contending for the world championship, and you say insert another opponent or challenger, then yeah, I wouldn't mind. That could be your special attraction match. But I to me that screams more international PLE. Maybe the one in what is it?
Germany.
France.
Yeah,
Germany.
yeah, that one.
Oh, Bash of Berlin.
Berlin, that's the word.
Yeah, you're like if AJ's not going to stick around, then it's like it's not going to build to anything.
Make
So
it
have
real
it be like a
special.
one-off type of
Yeah.
like. Because I think the Beth match was like a one-off or something like that. Like
Yeah,
time
the
Beth
chamber
played
last
that.
year.
The
Yeah.
for Chamber.
You know.
But I feel like, you know what? No, I agree with Brian. I agree with that. I feel like SummerSlam would be too generic. Like party of the summer, you're gonna put the, and I feel like SummerSlam is that we're done with generic matches after that Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey shit. I'm done with that. Make it something special, because AJ, she's another person that a lot of people are high like, hey, can you bring her back please at least once? And I feel like it needs they would will out the stop for it to be special. Like just like a lot of people think that The Rock is going to fight Roman Reigns in Elimination Chamber, even though I don't see that happening. I don't see that
I
happening.
ain't gonna be
I don't
there,
see them
so
doing
do it in Philly.
There's no
So-
way.
that. Yo,
Oh, that
everybody
is
coming out the
right now.
woodwork in 2024. What the hell? That's
So I'll be the one that zags on the whole dream match for SummerSlam. The only reason I don't want to see this is because nothing has really given me any indication that AJ Lee actually wants to come back and wrestle, period. I think where she's at right now, she's good. And she's kind of made her peace with WWE. Like like she closed that book. That book is closed forever and is on the shelf. And she doesn't want to go pull that book out of the shelf and revisit that, because then that's also revisiting a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think she's good where she's at. And I've talked about this on previous fan clubs. Like, if anything, give me backstage role, specifically NXT. You don't
or
gotta
give
be
me
on
the
camera.
Royal Rumble. I feel like
but
could be good enough.
a Royal Rumble appearance at the max, I'm good with. But what I really want is, like, I need you in that PC, giving all your wisdom and talent to those kids, and then help them in the backstage role. Like, I would prefer that. Anything we get outside of that is just a blessing. If she wants to wrestle one more match, that's just a blessing in disguise right there, and I'll gladly take it. But that's what I really want. It's like none of the in-ring on-camera shit, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
She is a writer.
A successful one.
Creative room too. Boom.
Yeah. And it could be like I like to think, just because I fucking hate now.
Don't go to the meat.
Damn it. I gotta pull up Sling.
No.
What the hell is happening?
I love y'all, but now I'm pissed I didn't go to this fucking show. Are you for real? I love y'all, but now I'm pissed I didn't go.
Girl, good for you, girl. Brian's favorite,
What?
Deanna Parazzo.
Oh, I woke up. Oh.
Hickey D is in the building.
What?
She's so nice.
She's a sweetheart, but what? Potential's not fully opened up, by the way, but I give them credit for finally smarting up about that. But what?
She looks good.
She does
Like
look-
G-O-D-T.
she looking thick and thick.
Good.
She look a thick.
Now, see how I wasn't saying I don't see it for Chelsea? I see it for Deanna.
Wow.
See, it's funny.
See?
Like I like Deanna, but she does not. I can't connect.
She
like,
was hot when she just got
boring.
released and started going for all those belts, but now she's simmered down.
Well, maybe that's a good thing that she's in AEW now, because I'm like, an Impact. Like, what more can you do in Impact at this?
Yeah, there's nothing left in Impact, which is why another thing on my vision board is Homegirl coming home. Rightfully, with on the right terms. Not the subtle terms, yes, but the right terms.
Well, shoot, my vision board is for AEW to get this shit together with the women's division. I want to enjoy women's wrestling across the board, everywhere.
Good luck with that.
I want to see, like not Queen Aminata. I want to see her have entrances, stuff like that.
Good luck with that.
But
And if I can expand on Brian's point, that was gonna be one of mine. Is like my overall for wrestling. AEW, the word of the year is consistency. Get your house in order
That's
and
too
keep
far for
it in order. We do not want to see your wrestlers throwing drinks on little black kids. We do not want to see blackface for your performing talent. We do not need to see Love and Hip Hop AEW where you backstage you want to be fighting like Jocelyn Hernandez. Keep the shenanigans to a minimum, get everything on point, and keep it that way. We want y'all to succeed, but you were
them.
doing everything possible to fuck this up last year. Get it together. Right the
It was
ship.
not a good year.
I'm going to put this as nicely as I possibly can. I have a better shot of marrying a billionaire than that company has of getting their shit together.
Oh,
I'm putting it very nicely.
I mean, Seindole, don't
They
sell yourself short.
you marrying a
I love my friends, yo. Let me tell you.
billionaire
But
girl.
guys, no. I gave up hope when you send Rio away and then you bring her back, you sprinkle her and you send her away again, and then you sprinkle her and then you send. I gave up. I give the fuck up. I give up. I give up. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I just Samoa Joe winning was the only good surprise that happened the whole year AEW.
That
I'm
was good
sorry.
to
And
see.
it's just
That was
and it's because let me tell you something. They had the balls to run this devil storyline so much that they were willing to let MJF take that L in his hometown. He wasn't even outside of his hometown. He was in his hometown. Y'all let him lose. That is the best form of consistency that you've probably had. And I'm being generous. And it's not just because I'm wearing an NXT hat. No, I'm being very generous with my comment. Because when that loss happened, I was like, they really did that shit in Long Island? Y'all couldn't do that. Like, we just had Grand Slam in Queens. Y'all couldn't do that in Queens? But y'all did that in his hometown with his mother. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, you got balls and you shaved them today. I'm proud of you. Like, you, and I give credit to the people writing because that's something that's the stuff I want to see. Like, make it shocking, make it good, make it consistent. But now I gotta sit here and wonder what's next. Don't have me keep wondering. Don't have me watch and wonder what's next, and then it's next, and it doesn't make no sense. Like at first, I wasn't for the Continental Classic because that's and despite anything personal, Swerve was ready, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve was ready. What did John Moxley need that win for? Nothing. But to stay relevant because why? The same people have to stay relevant in this brand, and that bothers me.
It's
And it's not
true.
like WWE where somebody's relevant for a while and it's the same four people that are relevant, and then you have everybody else getting a shot here and there. No, it's the same 15 people consistently getting a shot.
And but then you keep signing globs of wrestlers every week.
Bro,
And make it make sense. You know what's on my vision board? Because I also need to know what's going on because they made it seem like Saraya was going to be like this big thing over there. She's such a huge star. Like, I mean, yeah, she was champion for a hot second. She got that moment, but like, what is happening with her? Like, I want to see more from Saraya. And honestly, come back home, girl.
where's Nyla Rose?
Go CM Punk. He'll tell you how good it is. He got a gift. He getting gifts. Like,
He got
no.
listen, let me tell you something. He didn't just get a gift, honey. He got Tiffany's,
He got
baby.
a
He got
Tiffany.
Tiffany's.
Shout out,
Somebody walked down to Fifth Avenue
shout
and
out to
picked it
Tiffany.
up. Somebody
When
walked
I
to
seen that
Tiffany.
Tiffany blue, I was like, oh my God. And then it's like such a New York thing that for MSG to give him a Tiffany plaque, like, yes.
Yo, it had me dying because and shout out to my friend shout out to my friend Dom because he was like, listen, remember when the old girl got dumped on Vanderpump Rules because she was getting cheated on by her best friend and her man? He was like, he's getting that treatment. He's getting the Ariana Mata treatment. He's getting the Ariana treatment because homeboy came back, ain't even been a month, and he's getting Tiffany's.
Funny. Yo, I
He's
love
getting a hoodie from Flight Off. He done had so much merch.
he, yo, so CM Punk, y'all know Roots of Fight? the clothing line that has like the Bret Hart merch, Rey Mysterio,
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali. So CM Punk is getting a line with Roots of Fight January 15th, and the pieces look dope.
they look nice.
So
It's in the email.
I'm definitely gonna grab me some merch. So we posted this graphic on Twitter of what people's vision board was. And Mary Warren, 1986, says she wants Mickey James back at WWE, particularly SmackDown. How do you guys feel about that?
I would
I
love
kind
it
of
just because the way it kind of ended on the bad terms and them throwing her shit in the trash bag never sat well. So it'd be cool to see her back, especially now that Vince is gone. It's good to see. It will be dope to see like how Triple H views Mickey and how he utilizes her because Mickey can actually wrestle, and I feel like that never got unlocked when she came back and paired up with Alexa Bliss. I felt like it was more Alexa Bliss and Mickey's just there versus like, nah, you have Mickey. You can add the like what they did with Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. You could do that with Mickey James. I think Triple H will utilize her to her strengths better than Vince did because I don't think Vince is like she's a legend and a Hall of Famer, but I don't think Vince really saw that in her compared to like a Trish. You know what I mean?
right.
What do you
I would
think,
like to
Scandal?
see it.
I more agree with you, Justin. I just there's so much they can go with that. They can even run that into they can run it into 2025 if it's crafted properly. That's always my concern. Things have to be crafted properly before you know
Yeah,
toss it
you're
in the
right.
air. Cause then you get messy. Then you get it. It's messy and it's janky, and people don't understand. They don't understand what's going on. So that my spot wants thing just crafted carefully and consistently. I could see it. I could see it.
Same.
I could see it.
So Dylan thinks that AEW is copying WWE with Athena being the AEW version of
And
Roman.
I'm here for it. Keep it going.
Oh wait, okay. So I kind of just watched clips of Ring of Honor. Can you explain like exactly what she means by this?
So for a while now, basically Athena's been, she had the minions thing. That's where
Mm-hmm.
the rise of Billy Starks is coming from, which was a great rise. But she's basically the longest reigning. Cause when did she win she won the AEW Women's Championship at, it's been a full year. So
Mm.
she's getting her own stable and she's kind of doing it in the format of, listen, you need me and I'm trying to convince you that you need me. Even if I have to beat the living shit out of you to make you realize that you need me, you will follow me and I will teach you the right way. But at the end of the baby, they're featuring you, honey. You are. And I'll be really honest with you. She is Roman because bitch has been the face of ROH since ROH was, yeah. She's been the champion since Final Battle 2022 and is still champion today. She's been Roman Reigns the whole brand the entire time. She's basically been calling herself a god. Like she's a sprinkle of Roman with the arrogance of Christian Cage, except she ain't talking about nobody's daddy. That's what Athena's been doing over there at ROH. Am I right, Justin, or am I a little too? Am I being extra with it? She basically has been saying she's basically been she's self-appointed herself queen because she's the longest reigning champion, and she's like, "This is my brand.
Hey,
This is my
Andre.
house." Like,
I love it for her.
I love what Athena's doing. It'll be even better if they put her on AEW so a lot
I
more of us can see it, except
Yeah.
for the 18 people that
so
watch Ring of Honor.
don't do that. But I think that's more her choice. Also, I think she likes what she's doing at Ring of Honor, and I don't think the people at AEW on TV would appreciate what she's doing because look at how they treat the ROH championships on the
Right.
brand. I wouldn't want to. Why would I want to be? And I had to look at it from that optic. Fair enough. When I was watching, and shout out to Cam Hawk with Mimi and Phil Lindsay and a couple of other great writers in Cal who put out Cam and his amazing friends and the wrestlers they picked for their graphic novel, because she wrote a piece on Athena and they put a little snippet in there to the rundown of the history of Athena, which I love. Shout out to Cam Hawk for doing that. Shout out to Seahawk for doing that. And it made me realize, like, maybe it's a good thing she's not on AEW TV with all of it, because I think that the work that's being done with Ring of Honor, if you carefully watch like Honor Club and if you carefully pay attention to the pay-per-view, I think the build is for Athena to be that head bitch in charge, which is the respect that should have always been. She's one, if not one of the most respected women in women's wrestling. Doesn't get the ignition she deserves, the acknowledgement that she deserves. Funny, acknowledge. So if there's a way for you to get your acknowledgement, is to be a complete in your face head bitch in charge about it. Bitch, go do that. Like, I'm with it. Like, I'm with you, literally telling, like, you're a minion. Now go make some messery for me, because I'm not getting my hands dirty. Like, I'm with that. So if this is what's going to take for Athena to finally feel recognized, because remember, this is somebody who struggled and who worked so hard in the indie circuit to get to a main brand, to understand, like, listen, I'm here to wrestle, I'm here to show you guys, put on a great show, but all these things are not working for you. And then when it's not working for you, they release you. And then you get to a place where I don't have to do the things they told me that will make me successful. I'm already successful.
Right.
I'm gonna annoy the fuck out of you too. I'm gonna tell Justin go yell in Tony Khan's face whenever we in the ring too. I'm gonna be a Muck. I'm gonna be a Roman too. Like, so I feel like all of that, and I know a lot of people agree with me on this. I wish she was getting more of it. I'm hoping more of it comes in 2023, and that's just it, because she deserves it.
She does. I'm excited for her, and she definitely needs to be on TV more. Period.
She
Speaking of
does.
Soraya,
Her.
It's like a lot
your
of it
girl's on
is
TV.
the perception, but it's also the presentation. That's where it falls on Tony, where it's like, you see what you're doing with Tony Storm right now. You could also do that with Athena at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine at Wimbledon. I'm sorry, at Wimbledon. If Athena were to say, and insult Tony, what kind of rivalry match that would be? Wouldn't that be lit? I think that'd be lit.
It'd be lit,
If
and
you
then
could
the in ring would be phenomenal. That's where it's like,
phenomenal,
bro,
yeah.
it's like, Tony, you're fucking up your own money here. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Nah, shit gotta change. Well, what was on my vision board that I mentioned earlier was like, I want to see, like, remember how big of a deal it was, you know, when like Lita and Trish first main evented, and it was like the story called for it. Like, this is the biggest attraction on this Raw right now. I want to see women main event AEW. Like, I want to be pleasantly surprised in AEW have a show where prominent women are featured. Like, I want to see a show where there's like 3 or 4 women's matches with good amount of time. Like, that's on my vision board.
So they have main evented Dynamites, because I remember when Thunder Rosa
Like, in
and
the
Britt Baker at like the
beginning.
heyday of
Yeah, in the
their like
start.
feud,
But
they main
look at who
evented, and
they
also well, not Rio, the other one that beat Saraya for the title, that was a main event too, and that was recent before they went into the Wembley show for All In. So they have done it for Dynamite. They've never done it for pay-per-view though.
but look at who they were featuring when they did that. It was only one person. With WWE, you never really had, but you had maybe 3 or 4. And it was only during the Britt Baker era of it all. When you think
That's
about
true, but
it.
you also got to remember in the WWE era, we held Vince's feet to the fire, and it took little by little. It took Sasha and Charlotte main eventing Raw for the second time since Trish and Lita. It took us demanding Sasha and Charlotte main event that Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It took, you know, Becky and Alexa getting the main event SmackDown. It took us demanding
But you
more than one
just
women's match on pay-per-view, and then it all culminates to WrestleMania 35, where you have the first all women's main event at WrestleMania 35. But it took like little by little of like, we demand more, Vince, give us more, them actually listening to us, reciprocating it, and be like, I got you. Let's see what we're about to do. And it was a stepping stone process, but we got there to where now WWE does that. AEW can do the same. It just comes down to Tony needs to drop the ego, listen to the fans, and do something about it other than,
Right.
no, I'm going to book it my way because this is my company. It's like, yeah, this is why the
Right.
other person on the big one is no longer in charge because that goes out of, that expires at some point, and then
Right.
we're trying to get you the fuck out of there.
Right. And I think too, like his motivations are all wrong. Like you're not trying to make a really good wrestling company. You're just trying to like be better than WWE. And that's not how you should run your business. Like you should actually just want to put on really good wrestling shows. But he kind of shot himself in the foot making wrestlers executives, giving them booking decisions because they're just going to keep booking themselves every week. And you're going to keep hiring all these people and still just show the same 20 wrestlers every week. It's like you're not going to like get anywhere. And I had a lot of like high hopes. Like I always would say, like, I don't watch it every week, but I always say, like, attending AEW shows, like, that's where it's at. Like, I always have fun. I've had people start saying that the shows have been boring. Like, they've gone to the shows and they say it was boring, that pay-per-view was boring. And I was like, okay, well, that to me was y'all one strong suit was the live shows. And now those are now getting bad. Then it's like,
So here's where, as somebody who's been with y'all and even without you guys, I think the where the discourse went was them bringing on Collision. Going to that first AEW, my first AEW show. I enjoyed the first AEW show. It was me and you, the first pay-per-view. We had a good time. It wasn't boring
yeah.
to us, right? I think adding that third show came at a miss where you're putting the third show in the same arenas you had your pay-per-views. That does not work. Don't do that. It would have made more sense. I give you the perfect example. The final battle I went to, that last one had so much amp and so much excited because it was in a smaller space. And it was considered the last final battle ever, which means that's when they thought Ring of Honor was gonna be done. That was exciting. I think the miss here is like I said, you're putting, oh damn it, Darby, shit. Yeah, you're putting your
I don't even
you're
gotta watch the match, and
putting
I know like that's not good.
you know how homeboy is.
It's Darby.
Listen,
Darby's like, if I die, I die,
no,
but
it's
I
who
want to
he's
die wrestling.
wrestling. It's who he's wrestling, child.
I hope he's
That boy don't have
okay.
no qualm. Homeboy don't got no qualm. Not that he's with Don Callis, but the miss for me is it's an overload when I'm going to a show. Oh my, what the heck is going on? I'm so distracted.
Yeah.
Lord.
This is
Do you need a
brutal.
moment?
It's pretty brutal.
No, I'm going to try and wrap it up. The disconnect for me is when I'm going to a show, and it's like a Raw or SmackDown. You expect for Raw and SmackDown what you're expecting for those couple of hours. The disconnect for me is you expect me to sit there in a show after I've just watched a live
What
Dynamite.
the fuck?
Yeah, you just saw what I saw.
Yeah. Oh my. Is he in One Piece?
No, it's Darby Allin. You know Darby Allin got extendable
That's
limbs, child.
debatable.
Wow. That was
But
intense.
the consort is for me. Make things smaller. It's nothing wrong. I understand you want to be this big powerhouse. Save your big powerhouse shows for the cities that appreciate the shit. Philly, New York, Midwest, certain cities in California. Stop overbooking these shows and long hauls and stadiums and states that expect bigger productions from certain brands. You don't have to be in Prudential all the damn time. You don't. I hate to break it to you, you don't. There's stadiums in South Jersey that I appreciate. You will get, if you go to South Jersey, you will literally get the best of Philly and South Jersey. There are people that live up here that will drive to South Jersey to see a show.
That's
Do an
true.
AC show every once in a while. Midwest, if you in St. Louis has two arenas, book the smallest arena in St. Louis and sell your tickets that way. Texas loves you. Save your big shows for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore
Save it
and
for
the DMV
Texas.
love you.
And love you.
After that
Save
first
it
year,
for.
that's the last time we seen a pay-per-view come anywhere near us.
Really?
Yeah. Save
Oh,
your
I
big
didn't
shows for the
realize
states
that.
that
Yeah.
like you. Save it. I said it wrong. I'm sorry. Save
No,
your
you said it
big
like it needed to be
shows.
said. Good job.
Yeah. Save your state. Save it for the cities that appreciate you. I don't know what World's End was, but it should have been in Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't it in that song?
It was in Nassau Coliseum. It shouldn't have been in Nassau Coliseum. It shouldn't have been. It should have been in Texas. It should have. I say it like I got a hole in the fucking head. Or it should have been in Canada. Give it to the states that don't get you enough. You're going to Canada more this year than you were the year before. It's working. Keep doing that.
He has the wrong motivations and he can't control the people
But
that
it's
he has.
but it's not even that. It's you're a company that's gotten to start up and experiment enough to know where to go and where not to go, and you're still making the same
Right.
optic mistakes. That's what it is. It's not. It's like WWE knows their most boring crowd is in some of these Midwestern states. So imagine if they had put day one in a boring ass state.
Like Lafayette, Louisiana. Yep, we ain't gonna forget that Lafayette.
They were so bad.
Listen, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Don't nobody go there, but I ain't never seen the Grand Rapids, Michigan quiet ever when they get a Raw. I'm just saying.
Yo, not Grand
They know-
Concourse. Black.
They
Concourse.
know better. Listen, they don't.
The
There's an
main
arena
event,
in
Santana and
Texas.
Ortiz. Death match.
A dead ass match.
They know damn well not to go back to certain places in Texas.
You know what?
WWE know what to do.
You know what's giving? If you've ever seen Secession, this is giving Kendall Roy vibes. With Kendall Roy running the company, if you've ever watched Secession, you know that's not a good thing.
Not
He's
at
like,
L
it's
to the
my way.
OG.
all.
like-
To the OG.
like,
And playing.
I have all these grand ideas and all my ideas are good, but I refuse to listen to like people who know what they're doing or people that are telling them, yo, there's a better way, there's a different way. And then that nepotism kicks in and it's just like, no, we got to do things my way. I want to be in charge, but there's no concrete direction on the shit. It's almost like you're fucking on the highway, but you're swerving just for the fuck of it. It's like, bro, it's not that complicated.
Right.
Like, and I'm going to end it with this. I'm looking at Prudential now, and I look at the seats. Them doing the seats the way they've done it now is the smartest thing they've ever done. Because you shouldn't have the whole arena open.
Right.
Shift your seats down to where you want your. Oh, damn.
And that's exactly why WWE has
Where you want to be.
fillers.
Yeah.
Like because they know how they want to be presented on television. They're like, we can't have fucking an empty section. Like the fact that there were even photos of an empty section with Adam Copeland in the ring. Do you know how bad that looks?
There's not one empty. There's a small hard because where Wilkins is sitting. Shout out to him. There's a very small hard camera section tonight. Like, it's excusable for a show like NXT. Like, perfect. NXT. NXT literally only had one side open because they need their car angle because they run it like they run the PC Center. And the PC Center ain't that big, but it fills up. That makes more sense. Do it that way. But why don't have the whole arena open? You're at a disadvantage for your brand and for your money.
And also too, I don't know how this became an AEW shit session, but they don't have any more needle movers.
Yeah, it's just
They don't
this
have
a bit
any more,
okay.
like marquee people that you can put on the card and you know it's gonna sell.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
That's my vision. They will have a needle mover.
You see the rumors of one Mercedes Moné possibly pulling up to AEW. I'm just gonna say it like this for the people on wrestling Twitter. Until she shows up on TV, stop the fucking speculation because she keeps everything extremely close to the vest. You can thank y'all trolling her husband for that, but she's not gonna let any inkling of where she's gonna show up come out. So you gotta really wait till she pulls up for that. But Mercedes possibly going to AEW, that's a needed move that they need, especially that You lost CM Punk. CM Punk's your moneymaker. You lost Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill brought different
Mm,
eyes to the product. You never replaced either one of them. Called
yeah.
say, well, technically you replaced Punk with Adam Copeland, but at the same time, Adam
Adam Cole didn't
Copeland is on limited time, whereas CM
Adam
Punk,
Copeland is not there to do what CM Punk was there to do.
right. He
yeah,
People need to
honestly
get that through
wanted to
their
get his
heads.
little last little hurrah, his little
Hmm.
feud with Christian, and yeah, exactly that's what he's there for.
not to
But I mean, let's be
mention,
real. Adam Copeland in AEW is not a needle mover.
you have Sting about to
Nope.
do a retirement tour that he's doing now, and you have Brian that's already came out and said by a certain time I'm gone too, and reducing my schedule.
Right. And honestly,
Hmm.
I don't think any of the people you mentioned are needle movers there.
And you just
You
lost a
know,
major one of
maybe Brian.
diverticulitis and Kenny Omega.
Right, exactly. And Brian Danielson, like he's overexposed there. Like he lost to me. Like he lost like his shine to where like if he had a match, I'm like, ooh. Now I'm kind of like, oh, okay. He's just another person on the roster, unfortunately.
Do we see MJF going back to AEW in 2024, or do you think there's a different vision for MJF?
I think AEW is trolling by taking him off the roster site.
Mm.
But I do see him going to WWE very soon because we gotta think MJF is young as fuck. He could still do 6-7 years in AEW and still have a thriving career in WWE at some point.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he'd be actually better in WWE later than,
Mm-hmm.
than what he is right now. Like he
Yeah.
go over there
I
now.
don't
It's
think
not
he
as
is
much.
done.
I don't think he's done in AEW because right now he's on the top of the card at AEW versus WWE's so goddamn stacked right now. You have Ricochet,
Mhm.
who's extremely talented and can't get consistent TV time. Plus, you have Carmelo waiting in the wings to come up. You have other people in NXT waiting in the wings to come up. Braun Toretto, I know Black Eye Braun, is ready to come up at any point. So where does MJF fit in? On top of you just brought back CM Punk. You just got Randy Orton back. You just got AJ Styles back. That's a lot of people for MJF to try to leapfrog versus in AEW, you're at the top of the card, dude. Like,
That's the
why
thing.
would
He
you
ain't
leave
that
that
much
at the
of a
moment?
megastar. Like
Right.
this
Brian,
ain't
you were
player
yeah.
92.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And I think he let him get a little bit more seasoning in. And I think Justin, like you hit it on the head, like we gotta space it out. We just had the Rock come back. Like let's space out the surprises and everything that's going on. And one thing I always love is like WWE is playing chess and AEW plays checkers. They're in the long game. They probably have MJF plans for 2026. They're like, oh, let him cook in AEW, and we got him here. So like, there's no rush. What y'all think about this?
I've said
That
this
one is
on Fan
contract up.
Club. You're not seeing Dean Ambrose in WWE until the Shield retires and is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think Moxley, whatever happened with that Mercer stuff and the way Moxley was booked before he bounced from WWE, that's like him wiping his hands like, I'm good on this. Like, you'll see me for Hall of Fame, but let me go wrestle
What
the
was the
way I
Mercer
want to
stuff?
wrestle. So he was out with what I think a tricep injury, but then it got like infected, like bad. It was like a real bad like infection that was like I think he had to be hospitalized or some shit like that. Where it's like it got real bad. Like that. But remember that last run before he left was like he wasn't booked on Mania 35, and a lot of it was you could
Yeah.
tell he didn't want to be there at all. And I think he's just like, I get AW. Say what you want about AW. I get to do whatever the fuck I want and have the matches
But
that I want. AW. I'm
but
happy as hell.
okay. I don't want to turn this into an AEW shit session. How much of I'm coming here because I get to do what I want is actually going to benefit him in the long run? Because after a while, I get to do what I want is also going to get tired. That's like if I go into a job after having a strict boss and then I go into having a boss that don't give a shit. You're like, okay, cool, this boss don't give a shit. Okay, now I get to. But after a while, you get tired because there's going to be eventually shit you need from that boss that should give a shit, but he don't give a shit. And I
John
hope
Moxley.
that makes sense.
I agree with
And
you.
that's John Moxley right now,
But
because how many things can you go, now I get to do what I want. I get to bleed every week, or I get to have these death matches like I used to have in the indies. And then you turn around and fuck around, found out how many concussions you done had. How
But
many times you
he
gotta
also
be out
lives a
for.
simple life though, so it don't even matter. Like he said, that's what they
Yeah,
was telling him.
but
He a different type of cat. You know, he said his house paid for. You know, his wife is there. She's working. She's thriving. As long as she good and he get to smile at his little baby, none of the stuff that matters to wrestling fans, like who want to see him do XYZ, it don't matter to him. Like he's different because he set himself up to be that way.
I think
so you don't think there's something in him that's gonna be like, all right, what else? And then when it comes to time run out of what else, he's gonna be like, then what am I doing here? You don't see that from him?
I see that from him. I just don't see that meaning him going back to WWE
Okay.
because and I agree with what you were saying where like and it happened to Punk and it happened to Cody where they were like, oh
Mhm.
shit, I think I do need structure. I think I do need the machine behind me because this is the shit show. But I think John Moxley particularly thrives in an environment where he can literally do whatever the fuck he wants. Like he can bleed every single match. He would never be able to do that in WWE, you know. So I don't see him coming back in 2025. I don't see him coming back at all. I think he just wants to have his little death matches and go home to his cute little baby. That's what I think John Moxley wants to do. But
Yeah,
again, like
he's in a
these sorts of
company that
things,
gives him like the freedom to like do like he gets to have the matches he wants. Has a boss that listens to his ideas and doesn't like downplay it or shut it down immediately. That is more receptive to like where he's going with things versus like we don't. And of course, unless like we know Moxley like that, like we don't know like how he really felt about WWE and like having Vince shut him down on certain things or how he really felt about the Dean Ambrose gimmick and stuff like that. Like, but being in a place for him that's like, this place is very receptive for me. I'm allowed to be myself. There's more freedom. When I left to go get myself right with the sobriety, they were right lockstep with me 100% and stuff like that. I'm not going to forget things like that. My wife is also here. I get to work less dates. We keep forgetting that part. It's not just, well, WWE is, it's the big leagues. Yeah. But it's also, you're wrestling all the live shows. You're wrestling on Raw and SmackDown. If you're a top star like Moxley, you're also doing charity work. You're also doing commitments for the company and shit like that, where you're out in the open in the public and stuff like that. Like it's a grind. Like we just saw that with Bianca Belair, where it's like Bianca was on this long ass grind that she needed a rest. That this past WrestleMania, she was like damn near fucking exhausted because she's been just nonstop go 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 go. And WWE doesn't have any chill versus AEW. You don't have live shows. If you're on Dynamite, it's once a week. You have what 6 pay-per-views a year, so it's a lot more downtime, a lot more time for Renee and the kid.
that's true. That is true. So let's wind down and do one last thing we want to see on our 2024 wrestling vision boards. What do you want to see?
Trish Stratus wear gold.
Here for it. Thank you, Trish. Yes, that
Well,
it today.
I think Trish today
Thank you, Trish.
in my pre-show. So
I am
I
eternally
did.
grateful, Trish.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Eternally grateful, Trish. Well, since you came back and actually made an appearance and teased it, I'm going to need you to commit. Dwayne Johnson. We want Rock versus Roman. You know that we want Rock versus Roman because we gave you all types of shit when you wanted to pull up on College Game Day and tease that at the LA WrestleMania, but didn't fall through. I'm gonna need you to follow through on this one because now once you mention the Tribal Chief, we gotta go there. So bring your ass to a WWE ring, wrestle Roman Reigns in 2024, or we ain't giving you no more $7.
Talk
Rakashi
about it.
said Jade making her WWE debut. Yes, I do see that happening this year for sure.
Yes.
I hope she cooks in NXT a little bit first, but I do want to see what they have in store for her. Also, send love to her. right now.
I see her running amok in NXT before she gets the main roster, honey. I'm sorry.
She gonna have
Oh
that
my
show on
Like,
lock.
goodness.
she gonna have him on lock. She might reign supreme the way that Gunther reigned supreme when he got to NXT. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not even exaggerating. Just like you see that in her. They're gonna make her too magnified to just be small, and it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
start in NXT. What do I wanna see? I think I'm ready to see heel Rollins again.
Mm.
I'm ready. It's been fun with the fashion and the O's, but I need him to go back to being a douchebag
Mm. I think he's a
because I feel
tweener. I
like
think he'll always be a
I think
tweener,
he's
kind of like
yeah,
Sasha. Like Sasha,
yeah.
it's however she wants to do.
I need, but you don't understand. There's a level between tweener and menace. I need him to be a menace.
Yeah, you're right.
I need him to be a menace. He's one of those
Messiah,
guys.
Seth Rollins was so
Oh,
good and funny and hilarious. Oh my god.
cha.
Oh my god, that was some of my favorite shit.
That made me love Seth Rollins even more. Like the fact that he fucking Buddy and shit. I
He
can't.
would literally
Him
go
and
up to
Buddy.
fans and be like, "Thank you."
What else I want to see? I want to see more black champions in
Me too. So
2024.
that goes to
Ooh.
Keith's on his vision board. He wants to see Trick take that NXT title.
I would like to see that.
I love it. It's funny too because like Brian will always say like you thought Trick had the star power over Mello, and Letty just happened to be watching a clip and she pointed and she doesn't watch NXT and she pointed to Trick and was like, "Yo, he got it." And I was like,
Yes,
"He does." I was like, "He does." And mind you, she just kind of just popped in and was like, "Nah, son about him. Like he's next."
I have to tell you, I've seen people cheer for Carmelo Hayes, but the way that Trick just commands the room, and mind you, the second P is on second PLE terms. The way that crowd popped for him, I've
Mm,
rarely seen that. That is crazy. And
it was
mind you,
crazy.
Even with the Ilya Dragunov Baron Corbin match that was really good, people popped, but they didn't pop the way that they did when that boy won that Iron Survivor Challenge. They popped. It's something about him specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because, and it's like
Yeah.
it's weird because it was a flip table
Right.
not even 2 years ago. They put everything on Carmelo Hayes to where
Mm-hmm.
people can idolize Carmelo Hayes, but it's just that
Mm-hmm.
spark and trick that's completely different.
Can I also speak to like how good NXT booking is though? Is the fact that they're interchangeably the star of the show, if that makes sense? Because they could have
Mm,
easily, like, let's say like Dana Brooke, for example, she never rose up from the lackey stage, like from NXT onto the main roster. But like they were able to book Mello and Trick to where like we looking out for both of them. Like we want both of y'all.
mm-hmm,
Like y'all both got it. Like y'all both could go far together, apart, feuding, not feuding. Like y'all both were made into like potential stars. And then like Trick being on the sideline while Mello was getting that push, he was ready when he was got that push. So I love it. Like I'm all the way here for Trick being
You know what
champion.
it is with Trick? I think it's two things. I think one is he's got natural swagger, charisma, and big dick energy that just like gravitates through like a screen. And then the other thing is we watch Trick from the ground up like develop. So it's almost like
That's true.
you
Yeah.
draft a player and you've watched like the doldrums of like them struggle their rookie year, trying to figure things out. And then you see them starting to get together and tap into the potential and be like, oh shit, this could really become something big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like
mm,
mellow has always been mellow, but with Trick, you've been on a ride. And this is a ride that's like, bro, we're just scratching the surface of like, this could really be
Right.
something really fucking big.
I
yeah.
love it. Which is also why I don't want Melo or anyone going to the main roster too soon. Like there's so much that they can do. Black Thoughts is talking about TWG Mania. You know what's funny? A couple people asked Krista B and I like, would we ever like throw a wrestling show or something like that? And like I know from because I know a lot of like I know promoters and people that work backstage and I already know like how much work that is. So I don't know if we'll ever do that. But I think what we will do is sponsor more indie talent, and just kind of be more involved on that end of things. It will, and if we did have TWG Mania, it would not be in Brooklyn. I know that.
Hell no.
So, and Andre, you will absolutely be on commentary, dead ass, if we throw something like that.
If we do TWG Mania, I want to be fucking someone's manager. I'm gonna come out Jimmy Hart style with a fucking megaphone and some Tim's and just screaming in the fuck. Come on, baby, you can do it. I'm gonna be a menace.
Well, I am very excited about this year on so many different levels, wrestling wise. I don't know if you guys saw, but WWE had posted like 2023 was the one of the best years in WWE financially, marketing wise. Like they broke count. I think every PLE broke records. I think to a certain extent. So I think 2024 is only going to get. I think things are literally only going to grow and get better. So I'm excited that we kind of got to talk about what we wanted to see, and it was more in just like, you know, if it happens it happens, if it doesn't it doesn't, but this is the cool shit that we want to see. I want to thank everyone who was in the comments in our VIP section, who gave their visions for wrestling in 2024. I forgot to mention this, but I do want to shout out Turnbuckle Talk. I did not give that shout out to that. On Tuesdays, you know where to find the Black Wrestling's Twitter Spaces. You guys have been killing it.
Thank you.
Justin, I love everything that you're doing. And True Hill Heat. Well, you'll do your spiel, but I did want to shout out everything that you're doing. That's very exciting. And you've been motivating me. You got me back in the gym, bro. I was like, yo, I need to get my life together because I was supposed to be in a bikini in Miami next week, and this body ain't that, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna manifest it. Oh, hey, Vin, my Capricorn bro. Happy birthday. Oh, that was a nice little hint, like just like my birthday is next Thursday. So
yeah,
yeah.
next week she's gonna be like, I'm ready tomorrow.
Once you were like, yeah, I don't care about the holidays. I wonder why, because my birthday's in January.
Yeah, me and Letty, shout out to King Letty, because that's my twin sister, for those that don't know. We're always like, all right. The real holiday is coming next Thursday. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be here every Wednesday, 7 p.m.-ish Eastern, here on Twitch. Me and the crew. Where can everybody find you guys?
You can find me on all social media platforms at It's Justin Rich. You can find me here Wednesday nights live on Those Wrestling Girls Twitch channel for TWG Fan Club with myself. These three beautiful, amazing, illustrious, kind-hearted, gentle souls that I get to call co-hosts of mine. You can catch me Tuesday nights on Black Wrestling's Twitter Spaces for Turnbuckle Talk, aka The Buckle, myself, Mimi and Corey, where we talk all things wrestling.
I like that.
Me and Corey held it down in Mimi's absence this week, and we actually showed Cody Rhodes some love because you know how Mimi feels about because Mimi wasn't there. It's like we better get it
y'all
now.
was slick because she would have muted all of you if you even tried that. But I get it.
Well, not really me. It's more Corey. I'm kind of like the mediator between those two. You can also catch me from time to time on True Heat Sports and True Heat Wrestling. Both those channels are located on YouTube, where we talk sports, wrestling, all that fun stuff. We here, we outside, we active. It's a brand new year. Wrestle Kingdom is hours away. Your boy needs to take a nap because I'm so fucking excited. Let's go.
You can catch me at Brian H. Waters on all social media platforms. Make sure you check out Wednesday Worldwide. Check out Wrestling Realm tonight, 10:30. We as noted earlier, shout out to Brandon and Hugh, Championship Culture. Thanks to TWG5, they was at TWG Turns 5. They was able to make the connection with Victor Perry, therefore bringing forth the official TW the wrestling club belt, and we're going to have a statement prepared addressing the great Victor Perry. And then also make sure you check me out on ringer.com. I just put together the pro wrestling mixtape, which is a list of matches you could go back and watch from last year's WWE PLE's fan club exclusive. There will be a Royal Rumble mixtape coming, so I'm going to put together some of the top world championship matches from the Royal Rumble over the course of years, volume 1. Shout out to my editor, the best editor in the world, senior editor of The Ringer, Cal. And yeah, that's it. Breaking Through Glass Ceilings will be out very soon.
Yay.
Love that.
And as always, it is your honorary wrestling girl, Seindole B. You can catch me on Instagram and TikTok at reload.relive. You can also catch me on X talking a lot of shit about NXT and things that don't make sense at Relive Via Film. You can also catch me here on Wednesdays with the three best friends that anybody can have. Every Wednesday on Fan Club to talk more things related, topics, fun things. We have so much coming up. We want to talk about so much, so don't be afraid to attack the person who created. Don't attack me because I'm gonna just tell you to leave me alone. Anything you guys want to talk about this year, please. Anything on your vision boards, do. Also, guys, I want to thank everybody who came into the club earlier. Anybody who didn't comment but did stick around and listen to me talk about everything NXT every Tuesday. Watch what happens next. We'll be debuting next week at, I want to say, 5 o'clock. For a nice hour prelude into NXT. The night before, I will be talking about everything. I have so many topics to talk about, and I'm going to cram it all in 1 hour, but it's going to work. It's going to be good, and we're going to have some fun. So please check out next week's. Huh?
You know, wear the hat.
Oh, yeah, this is my Paul Heyman hat. It ain't going nowhere. I'm Paul E up in here, okay? So please don't forget to come see me.
You are so.
He been hanging around us way too much. This is okay. But again, I want to thank Brian H. Waters for helping your girl out earlier, even though he was a little late to the club, set me up. But I want to thank everybody. I definitely want to thank Queen P.R, Brian, Krista, Justin for installing in me to be able to talk about everything NXT. I'm really passionate about it. I'm so excited to get into the conversation. I'm so excited for more things in 2024. So we just gonna have to stay tuned, y'all. It's this. I don't know. I keep saying the TWG network. We might have to roll it.
Kind of like
might
how
have
that
to roll it.
I think I like how that sounds.
Might have to.
Already put it in the notes. He's so good at. We don't have to tell him to put it in the notes because he always puts it in the notes. Cool. And we will see everyone Friday for schooling sessions, Saturday for TWG with Krista B and I, Tuesday for Watch What Happens Next with Seindole B. And you guys know where to find Justin on Tuesdays. And then Google Brian H. Waters because he has so much going on. I don't even have time to mention everything.
He got a wiki page.
And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.